Alright, welcome to the stream everybody. So before we get into the games, let me just do a quick deck profile. So recently, or just yesterday, we released a new ban list for the NR format. And notably, we got one more copy of Havness back, so Havness went from 2 to 3. We got one more copy of Howl back, so Howl went from 2 to 3 as well. And we got two more copies of Soul, so Soul went from 1 to 3. Now, I'm only playing 2 Soul because I think 3 is a bit too much. And with 2 copies, we can easily access it and use it multiple times. We don't need the 3rd copy. We're also running it back with the Insect engine as well. I really like Goki Pole, just looping it. And the main idea of this deck is to just use the Insect engine to fuel the graveyard, to then reset the Wisteria of Woes, summon our Selene Snapper, which destroys their back rows, and also the Wisteria of Woe hits their graveyard. So it's like a recursive engine. We are also playing the Malevolent Sin. So the Malevolent Sin basically pairs with the Killer Needle and the Sea Squatter. It's also an insect type XYZ monster, so we can recycle it. Now, I am thinking here, I think I should be on Stardust Charge Warrior now that I think about it. Yep. Maybe. Should I be or should I not be? I think I will just go for a Charge Warrior just to get another draw. Could also go for a Gaiamore. I think Gaiamore is better. Yeah, let's go for that. It's much more fun as well. So Gaiamore Dragon Shell, yeah, I think we should go for this. I'm gonna go for it actually. It's a fun card. Basically, you can equip it from your graveyard to a monster summoned from the extra deck. So whenever that monster battles, you draw a card. So a constant draw engine, and we keep recycling our, like, let's say something as simple as a Dryas. We keep recycling it and then using and linking off the Wisteria for the Dryas. So we will keep having the Gaiamore. We'll have something to equip the Gaiamore to and keep drawing cards, which is nice. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's see if we have a bracket up. The duels. Lose the coin toss. Don't like to see that, honestly. I have an idea of what Book of Moon is playing and it's not fun at all. So, we're already in trouble. We did open the triple Havness though, so that's something. Where if he normal summons a Banisher here. Oh, there's a Goki Pole. We are destroying his Kashtira Ogre. Notably, this deck does not fusion summon. I am not playing any fusion monsters, which is weird for the... It is a bit weird for this deck. However, that's like... I wanted to try something new with using just the Insect engine. Because I realized in the last format, when we had 2 copies of Havness, we weren't already fusion summoning that much. Like, it wasn't that big of a win condition. So, opponent has a bunch of targets, nothing really matters here. I would honestly would prefer them to banish the Raikou. They will banish a Wisteria Foe, that's completely fine. So we're top decking a Raikou. Yeah, so I realized that we don't really get to fusion summon much in this deck, especially after the ban of Laundry Dragon. So instead of trying and, playing bricks in our deck to try and force that win condition, it's just better to not. And just bank on the Insect engine. That does mean we become more susceptible to... Okay. With this Goki pole, I am gonna add... Ooh, yeah, I think we do go for the Killer Needle, actually. Just get in for as much damage as possible. No, I would not like to destroy. See if my opponent has anything. This is 5600 damage on the board. Might put my opponent in wonky range, and if it does, I am gonna go for it. Always go for the wonk. Yep, my opponent is now in wonky range. This is bad news for my opponent. We will go for a Haggard Lizardos though, because we do need to protect ourselves. So... Ooh, that's perfect. We're talking about protecting our life points. Howl is perfect. But here he is, the big man himself, Mr. Wonky Quartet. Alright, how many monsters do we hit here? 3 back row. Oh, that's not good. We needed to hit at least 1 monster. So this Wonky is gonna come back to us next turn. Unless the opponent hits 3 monsters though, so that's also something that can happen. We'll activate a Mutant ST46. We will go for our own Havness. That gets 1 more monster out of the deck, and we also have the high rate draw. Not bad. So, a lot of our monsters are out of the deck at this point, which is good. The opponent is going to backup team. That's fine by us. I think they also realize they are in wonky range. So... they realize the danger of it. Our deck primarily plays spells and trap cards, so we are not afraid of the wonky blowing up on our turn. However, it does depend on what they draw here with the wonky. Like, can they hit less than... So he is thinning out his deck as much as possible, trying to get as many monsters out of the deck as possible. So let's see it. Wonky Quartet now. I will chain my own Havness, just get as many cards out of the deck as possible. We do have, I think, yeah, we have 3 more monsters in the deck. Ooh, that's not a good Havness mill. They hit 1 monster, but now we still have the comfort of hitting, we can hit 1 more monster. We have 2 in the deck. I will hit the high rate draw here. Yeah, let me just check the deck. So we have both of these out. We have, I think, yeah, we have how many Raikos out of the deck? We have both Raikos out. There is 2 Goki poles out of the deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6. So we have 1 Goki pole, 1 Arbalest, and 1 Merly left in the deck for the monsters, I'm pretty sure. And we also... oh, we do have the 2 copies of Soul. Okay, so 5 monsters in the deck. That's not good for us. So out of 5, we only need to hit... yeah, that's not good for us at all. This Wonky is not in kill range though. We will take a lot of damage to our life points, but we won't die. So it's not the end of the world. Banisher is annoying though. Banisher is annoying though. It's because it means that if this wonky blows up on my field, everything gets banished. So I'll lose both of my... Well, yeah, I'll lose one copy of Wisteria Foe. And I've already got one banished, so I would only have one left. So let's see the top deck. Please be a monster. It's not. Ooh. 5 out of 13. Come on. Come on, Wonky. Don't fail me. Wonky activates. Hit! Yes! It's only one monster! We pass it back to the opponent. Here's your Wonky, bro. Have fun. We set the Raikou. Set our Morella, which is kind of useless, but we have no choice. Wonky just needs to hit one monster to finish the game. We know they have a second copy of Ogre in the deck. We know they have a second copy of Mutant Mist in the deck. We've seen one Mutant SD46 or two of them, so they have a lot of monsters, at least a lot more monsters than me, so they will Needle Sealing now. It doesn't do anything. The Wonky Quartet is unaffected by other cards' effects. This is a very difficult card to out. Oh, but he's basically doing it to... Okay, I get the idea here. He's gonna backup team. Okay, I get it. He's gonna backup team now, dig for 2 more monsters out of his deck. Just so that the Wonky cannot blow up. Like, that is the idea here. It's so crazy. He essentially blew up his own field just so that they wouldn't die to Wonky. Doing everything in his power. So I think most likely just digging for 2 monsters to thin out his deck even more. I think I might have it here. Let's see. Alright, standby phase. Wonky Quartet activates. It's a monster! There's the game! GG! Once again, when the dust settles, the Wonky stands tall. Can always rely on this card to carry me through the games. Who's the coin toss? Right. Going second is not like a problem anymore because we have 3 copies of Havanus, so hopefully we get it here. We don't, okay. But still, it's not bad at all. We can still go second in this deck. Opponent was set 2 and pass, okay. Draw a Goki Pole, that's not bad. Kind of dig their set play. I'm just gonna copy their setting and pass in play. No idea what the opponent is playing just yet. It is the zombie pile, okay. Clown zombie. Interesting, interesting. We'll go to battle phase. Attack with the goblin zombie. will reveal to them that we have a Gokipole. So this doesn't give away that we are on mill. So the opponent might be more skeptical here. Okay, they will Dino Mishes the Gokipole. Interesting. I mean, I think I want to just Dino Mishes the Goblin Zombie in response. Yeah, we will, because I don't want them activating this Dino in response. So we'll just Dino Mishes the Goblin Zombie, get our search off of the Sully. The Goblin Zombie floats, by the way, if it's sent to the graveyard. That is why it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good hit with the Dino Vicious. Search with Sully. I won't add a Happiness. I feel like the zombie deck is not gonna activate any monster effects on the field, so just grab a Merly. Activate a Vendred Charge. Let this attack go through. They might chain the Vendred Charge here, yep. So the reason I waited for the Vendred Charge itself is because I didn't want them chain blocking one of these traps to get a Paleo, which will become apparent in 1 second. They do discard the Mazera though, which is concerning. So now we'll go for the Dicet. Chain their own Paleo, that's fine. Hit 2. Hit a Soul in the Graveyard. Not a huge fan of that, I'm not gonna lie. Now use both our cards. So we do have to consider our options here. We can go for the Merry Melfies, or we can go for the Gaiamore as well. I think the Merry Melfies makes more sense, just to bounce away the Scar of the Vendred. Doesn't allow them to float, doesn't allow them to get Mazera access, so I think that is a more viable option. I will put away the other Merly that we drew. We don't need the Small Scuffle. And yeah, we'll just use the... actually, I'll put away the Marella as well. We'll use the Soul. Only use the Soul in the graveyard. Okay, interesting. So we will Synchro Summon here. I wanted to use the Soul in hand, but it didn't allow me to. Might be some ruling. Oh, Johnny, thank you for letting me know. I will fix the link after this game. Right, Merry Melfies now. Bounces away the Scar of the Vendred. So we protect our life points for now. That's pretty good. This does give them 2 level 2 bodies on the field though. Which is prime material for Mannequin Cat. We do have ways of dealing with it though. The opponent is wiser. They will not activate anything. Oh, the Haveness is insane. Alright, let's just see what this Merly can do. Ideally, we drop a Gokipole here. We do not. Okay, we did drop a Vestigia of Woe though. So, even though it's not live at this exact moment, maybe we can try for a... I could go for a Haggard Lizardos here. I'm pretty sure my opponent wouldn't have a... Yeah, my opponent wouldn't have a water monster to summon off of this mannequin cat. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly fine play. Add the Goki pull. So, end phase now, we do get to set our Wisteria of Woe. First, we'll set our backup team. And then we'll set our Wisteria of Woe. Thank you for rooting for me. We only have the high rate draw in the graveyard as a disruption, at least for now. We can summon this Magicaloidal Soul with the Wisteria of Woe to go for a Gaia More. That is a play. Fortunately, the Gaia is an Earth-type monster. So we take 2000 damage here. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I think I'd rather just save my cards for next turn. Keep the hand advantage and then see if I can find anything with the backup team. We'll just pass turn there, get a 4th card in hand. It is a Primite Howl, okay. So, we don't need to search here with the backup team just yet. I think I can bait my opponent into activating the Mannequin Cat to then get the... then summon the Havness. We'll activate the Wisteria of Woe. They will trigger their Mannequin Cat. That is according to plan. We will chain our Havness. Also chain our Magicaloidal Soul. Mill into a Howl, so that is disruption. We also mill into a Dinomicious as well. So good advantage. I think I do just want to go for a Selene Snapper here, get the Graveyard Disruption engine online, get rid of this Algul Mazera, because it is annoying, like it is something that we have to deal with. And we also haven't normal summoned yet, so that is also an option. Might also consider going for a... Yeah, might also consider going for... Going for a Triple Burst line. Actually, yeah, Triple Burst won't be so bad here, actually. So... First, I'm gonna summon the Gaia More. Just to get it set up. Now we go for Mr. Lizard Man. This allows us to summon with the Goki Pull and also destroy the Mannequin Cat. So we'll add the Killer Needle. Special summon it. Destroys the Mannequin Cat. That is the Mannequin Cat dealt with. We could... Interesting. Yeah, we could either go for a Selene Snapper to start hitting the graveyard, but I feel like it's not the best decision. I don't know, I feel like just going for a triple burst is much more deadly for the opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a triple burst. It just seems like the right play at this moment. My opponent only has one back row, and this Algul Mazera, we can't just banish it from the graveyard. We need some more setup alongside it. So, alright, let's hit into the set card. We will draw with the Gaiamore. This is the synergy here, by the way. Draw a Goki Pole. That's not nice to see, honestly. You can put it back with... Oh, that's a Devouring Sarcophagus. That's really good. That is really good for us. So will they choose to protect it, though? They don't. So Devouring Sarcophagus basically steals a monster after it's destroyed. Alright. I also want to get rid of this Goblin Zombie. Mostly because I don't want them tribute summoning the Scar in hand next turn. Like, I feel like that's a good play. They do choose to protect with the Mazera, which is interesting. Alright, we've used the effect of the soul here already. We could go for... I don't think we can go for any more plays here. Let's just end the turn. I'm gonna dig for like a Dinomicious with this backup team. Just to get the Algul Mazera out. We don't find it. You get to put back all of these monsters, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Havness plus Dice It in hand. I feel like this is a good play. In phase, we will get back our Wisteria of Woe. So just put the Killer Needle back and the Goki Pole. Still a pretty even game. They have a lot of advantage. They have like one floater. I know they have a Scar in hand. Most likely they tribute summon over the Goblin Zombie. Or they can even link it away at this point. I wonder what the set card is though. They haven't used it yet. I don't think it's Disruption because they would have used it on the Triple Burst. So, yep, they link it away for a Haggard Lizardos. That's fine as well. Yeah, we can't deal with the Haggard Lizardos, just have to let them resolve it. We'll summon the Samurai Skull. We will activate the Havness in response. It's better to do it now when they don't have the Algul Mazera in the graveyard. Hit a Goki Pole, which is good. So, dump a Plague Spreader zombie. Okay. So we'll just summon our Sea Squatter here. Getting rid of that Mazera is pretty good because we don't want them going for any rank 7 plays. So Plague Spreader Zombie plus Malgul Mazera. This is like a combo to summon Synchro 7s. And zombies have access to a lot of good Synchro 7s or Synchro 6s even. So pretty important that we get rid of this Jacobolan, or sorry, the Mad Mauler. Alright, now they will activate the Haggard Lizardos to gain attack. Okay, this is... seems a bit desperate, honestly. Probably trying to beat over both of the Havnesses. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna let them do that. It's like completely fine at this point. Could also steal the Haggard Lizardos and save the one of the Havnesses. That's also a play. Yeah, we have the Howl in the graveyard. I think I will go for it. Hit a 6 with the dice it. Hit a Hellshadal Hollow. What do we banish here? I think we just banish like a... just banish the Sulliek to then eventually get it back. I don't want to mill more actually. I'm gonna just let the Hollow not activate. It's funny that... and my opponent just scoops after that, yeah. It's funny that in that situation it was bad to mill more because we milled so much. So, but that is a victory. Good game to my opponent. So here we go, the finals. We're gonna go first. By the way, you can see Mia is like a proper Yu-Gi-Oh player. They even grind ranked and like I think they finished really high up in the Duelist Cup. So kind of scary, not gonna lie. I think for the opening though, we just set and pass. We don't need to go too crazy right now. Do have engine. Let's see what Mia is cooking for us. So they are playing a 40 card deck. They also choose to set a bunch of cards. Interesting. Also set and pass. We will activate the Dice It in the end phase. By the way, Dice It's mill effect only works on the opponent's turn, and during our turn, you just banish cards. So, hit a 5, that's really good. We hit a Wisteria Foe, we also hit a Howl, we hit a Soul as well. Notably, don't hit a Paleo, which is unfortunate. Ooh, that's also not good at all. We drew into the target for the Goki Pole. Yeah, that's not good at all. We will get to shuffle it back though. It's not like completely over. Could just go for a wonky quartet here right off the bat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, That is an option. I think I'll put back the... Ooh, I have to decide. Whichever one of these I normal summon, I can put back into the deck. And then I can even summon off of the Primite Howl. Let me think. At this point, I think it's safer to just put back the Killer Needle. So let's see if this prompts a response from the opponent. They don't know that I can't summon off of Gokipole. They might just think that this is the play where I link 2 and then summon a third copy and go for a Selene Snapper. So my opponent might not realize that I don't have access to... Yep, they will get spooked by that and immediately hit the Gokipole. Which means we don't get our search for... Arbalest. With the Shaddoll Dragon now, ooh, they target the one card that did something. That's unfortunate. You know why? I will chain it though. So Primite Howl only summons from deck or graveyard, which is very unfortunate. I am seeing right now if my soul triggers is off of this Wisteria hole, even though it gets destroyed immediately. It does trigger, okay. It does indeed trigger. I mean, can I do anything with that though? I can go for a Gaiamore, link 2, draw 1. It's something, you know? It's slightly respectable. And it's better than nothing. Then not even a link 2. I think I just get a Gaiamore on the field. It's unfortunate that, you know, we couldn't get the engine online, but we're not dead though. We're not dead here. Okay, they are being prompted with something. I do think this is like a dangerous flip monster to play into. I might not even activate anything. Yeah, I mean, it's like... Ooh. Because if they have Shaddoll Dragon, they probably have... Well, Toddler is at 1, so if they drew the 1 copy of Toddler, then they're just the goats. Like... Okay, it is a Kamakiri man. They could just... This could be a mirror match as well, like... So, end phase. We will now set back our Wisteria flow. And it is the mirror match, which is really funny. And they hit a 6, and it is like a complete mirror match. They're even playing like a bunch of other mill techs. Yikes, this is so over for me. I'm so sad. Like, they hit the Toddler, they hit another copy of Dragon, which they already used the effect, but they hit the Gokipole as well, and they hit the backup team, like, so much advantage. And this guy as well has an effect, by the way. Yeah, this is just disgusting, like... I mean, I'm gonna fight, though. I'm not gonna give up. We will fight this to the end. You never know in these matchups which way it will go. My win condition now is to get to the Wonky Quartet. I feel like if we can put this in a Wonky game, they don't activate the Gokipole, so they only have the one Kamakiri man as the target, and Praying Mantis as the other target. Okay, there is some justice in this world. There is some justice. They'll now dump a Fiend Monster, most likely a Soul Scissors. Ooh, they dump a Hollow, which I'm gonna mill 3 here. Those are not good mills, I'm not gonna lie. They might also be out of, like, flip monsters at this point. We'll have to see, though. A second backup team. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's the one they just set last turn. Okay. Yeah, so there's the Dino-Mishis. That means they don't have any more Paleos in the graveyard, which means that we are free to use our trap cards should they normal summon like something like a Merly here. Also triggers their soul, so they will go for like a they could go for a Mannequin Cat, but I don't think that's good for them. Because if they go for a Mannequin Cat, I can just steal it, and like they wouldn't want to summon back my Merly. So, and they can't like deal with the Gaiamore just yet. I don't see them have access to Wisteria Foe as well, so we're not completely dead yet. And one top deck Merly just like 1 mill and we are back in this game as well. Like it's not over. Right now, I'm thinking that I wanna next turn just go for like normal summon the Sea Squatter, summon the Wisteria Foe, and just hit them with the Wonky. Like, that is my train of thought here. It is going to be really risky though, because both of our decks probably run a high count of back row. Now they'll activate the Herald. I'm guessing this is to add back the Dragon. Yeah, probably to add back the Dragon. But do they have anything to discard the Dragon? I feel like the last set card is going to reveal if they do have a Dragon. There's a Merly. Can't respond to it, unfortunately. They don't mill anything good. They can't fusion summon. The Soul is already used this turn. Last Wind does nothing for now. So the Dragon ad was suspicious. Like, oh, maybe they just put the Dragon back into the deck hoping to mill it right there. I see. There's a Cursed Javelin now. I could go for the Wisteria Foe here. Oh, Wisteria Foe unfortunately has like an exact amount of attack. Yeah, I think I just let them attack into the... destroy the Gaiamore. 1600 damage, it's completely fine. We don't need to risk anything. It also lets us use the Howl now as well. We can grab the other normal monster from the deck, which gives us like 2 bodies. Looks like they're gonna go for like a Selene Snapper line here, but that's completely fine again with us. Or maybe even a Haggard Lizardos. Who knows? They don't have Howl. Clearing their whole board for a Pit Knight early. Drawing 1 card. Set 1. I'm guessing so they have already used 2 Dinomishes. Might be the third one. And no, the fact that they set the last 2 cards means they don't have a Dinomishes. Yeah. So the wonky angle is not looking too bad. We will use the Howl here. They may chain a Dinomishes. That thins out the deck. We can also just not go for the wonky, I feel like, and just go for a normal Haggard play. Ooh, this Merly is pretty nice. Yeah, Merly is perfect in this scenario. So I could right now go for a... try to bait them out somehow. I think just going for the Merly is better to just get a Paleo in the graveyard. So the opponent most likely changed this? No, they don't? Okay. Send a Hollow. We'll mill 3 more. Do send the Paleo, finally. Finally get a Paleo in the graveyard. They also have their own Paleos with the Magic Colloidal Soul. Alright, let's see if they chain the Paleo and the Soul to this Vestigia Foe. They don't, okay. I highly doubt they play Torrential Tribute. They haven't shown me anything that says that they have Torrential Tribute. They do. Like, it's so unlucky, the fact that they have a Torrential right there. It's just like the worst card to put in a mill deck, and they just get rewarded for it. Yeah, unfortunately for them, we are not dead. Yeah, despite everything, we still survive. This is the finals of a tournament, so it's not a public room. Dice it during their own turn. I don't think they realize they're gonna have to banish cards from their graveyard. Anything to get a Paleo onto their field, okay. Unless they hit a 1 though. Yep, they hit a 3, so they're gonna have to banish 3 cards from their graveyard. Yeah, I once activated the Dice It during my turn for getting the effect of it. And I hit a 1, like, I got so lucky. So they will just banish the 3 back row. Probably feeling up for a Lizardos. Can summon a bunch of cards here from my deck. I will just steal the Mannequin Cat as soon as they summon. Actually, no, I won't steal it just yet. I have a trick. Yeah, I won't steal it yet. I will let them summon with the Mannequin Cat because I have a funny trick up my sleeve. They activate the Mannequin Cat now. Target the Raikou, right? We can chain here. Chain our Howl here to steal the Mannequin Cat. Either, why did they target a light monster? I don't understand. Okay. Anyways. They summon back their Herald. We can now activate their Mannequin Cat. So we can summon either a light, a fairy, or a Pyro. For light targets, we only have the Raikous, which I don't like. I'm gonna just target the early and summon a big Hollow in defense mode. They will activate a Havness though, so that's fine as well. Let's see if they hit anything though. They do hit a Hollow of their own. Or sorry, yeah, a Howl of their own. They also have to steal it in the graveyard now to potentially do some fusion summon shenanigans. Really weird that they chose to summon back that Aiko to get a Herald out. I assume they would have gone for... Honestly, yeah, there's not much they could have gone for there. They're pretty valid in hitting the Raikou. So they will hit over the Raikou. This set card is not a Sulliek, notably. Because if it was a Sulliek, they could fusion summon right now with this Havness if they wanted to. Go for another Haggard Lizardos. Draw into a back row. 15 cards left in their deck. So we will have to give back their card. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go to battle phase first here. Or actually, yeah, the only thing we can do is go battle phase. We still have another Howl in the graveyard. So let's go here. Attack over the Mannequin Cat. They will Howl. Okay. Howl to steal our Hollow. So they only had the one copy of Howl. I will just crash my Sea Squatter though. I think just getting rid of this Mannequin Cat is valuable. Yeah, they don't go for any soul shenanigans in the battle phase, which is also interesting. So now I have a choice. Either I could summon back this Wisteria of Woe. I don't have another soul in the graveyard, so that doesn't really accomplish anything. I also don't have any Paleos as well, yeah. I think it's better for me to just keep the Wisteria in the graveyard and keep the Howl alive. The Howl is like my one disruption that keeps me in the game, basically. They will activate Morella. We just have to let them activate whatever they want at this point. It's unfortunate, but it is the game. Like, we didn't top deck well. This Sulliek is just not it in this situation. So we need to prevent them from getting to a position where they can activate the Pit Knight early to target our Hollow, essentially. They also now get access to their Wisteria of Woe. Yeah. It's like, I'm playing a more consistent deck than them, but it's just the problem of finding the right cards, right? Like, we barely milled in this game, while they just milled so many more cards than us. Still not over, though. Still not over. Notably. Might go for a Selene Snapper to just destroy the Sulliek. Like... So go for another Mannequin Cat. At this time, though, we do have to do the play where we have to just steal the Mannequin Cat as soon as they... Actually, no. I'm gonna see if I can bait them again. We'll chain the Sulliek so they don't get to trigger the early. If they chain a Paleo here, they will be throwing the game. Ooh, they did not chain the Paleo. Okay. But yeah, we just get to do it again where if they choose to summon with the Mannequin Cat, they target the Raikou. Do I really care about this, is the question. They're gonna summon, like, we already know what they're gonna summon. They're gonna summon back their Pure Light, Herald of the Pure Light, right? So I'm gonna steal their Mannequin Cat, but I won't activate its effect. I'm gonna wait for them to extend into something that I can then activate the Mannequin Cat effects on. So, yeah, this they've already used both effects of Mannequin Cat. There's a Wisteria Foe. Now this gives us a target. Gives us 2 targets actually. I am gonna target the Dinomicious though, because you can't succession away the Dinomicious. So we'll now activate targeting the Dinomicious. They do have to let it resolve. We will grab a Mannequin Cat from, or a Merly from the deck. Now we have a negate as well on top of everything, and we can get rid of this weak body. We'll mill 3. Hopefully we hit something good here. We hit a soul. We don't. Oh, we also hit a paleo as well. We also have a negate. Not bad so far. Not like, I think we're coming back into this game. Surprisingly. Alright, go for the Merry Melfies. They will look to bounce away a monster. Ooh, do they... So... They're gonna try and bounce away the hollow, right? After this, they could go... They don't have any more access to... They don't have access to a level 2 play anymore, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they already used the soul. If they chain a paleo... I mean, if they try to activate a trap card, we have a paleo. They haven't normal summoned, though. That is something worth considering. I could just chain the Sulliek, negate the Pit Knight early, because I have a feeling that they're gonna still use this Pit Knight early somehow, and I can send this hollow. Yeah, I think I will do that. So I will negate the early because I feel like that is their win condition in this moment. They're trying to use the early somehow. We'll send away the hollow. Hopefully we can mill something good with this hollow. We do hit a Goki pull. I will add an Arbalist. We don't hit another... Yeah, we don't hit another Howl, though, notably. So we still have 1 left in the deck. But in this position, if they can find game here, they could kill. Power Code Talker might... No, Power Code Talker is not enough damage. It gets up to 46. They would need a little bit more. And that would also mean they would have to sack their monsters. So, gonna go for Triple Burst instead. Okay. So this is their Mannequin Cat, by the way. It's not mine. So... Notably did not go for a Selene Snapper to make some sort of a play with the Wisteria Foe. We will get our Wisteria Foe next turn. We'll draw another card with the Haggard Lizardos. This is an insane game, by the way. Like, I told you, against Mill, never scoop against Mill. You never know when their luck is gonna run out, and you just always have to keep hoping that their luck runs out. And it will. It's impossible for them to get lucky in everything. So we kept our nerves and we didn't let them go. I wanna normal summon the Arbalest, so we'll just shuffle back both of the normal monsters. Alright, they no longer have a... Yeah, they no longer have a Pit Knight early in rotation as well, which is really good for us. So, Well, let's just get to gaming then. Let's see how they respond to this Arbalest. This is like a big deal. This play represents an out to their board. Alright, we'll target the Goki pull. Summoning their own Goki pull. Do they have a way to send it to the graveyard? The Kamakiri Man is in the deck, so they can use it as a disruption. Well, Dino Mishes now, okay. We will chain our Paleo here. I don't want them getting their own... Yeah, this might be a wonky angle. This is starting to look like a wonky angle, the more I look at this. No, we can still go for the other play. I will go for it, actually. There's a Torrential, but the Arbalest is not a bad card. Don't sleep on the Arbalest. They will destroy the whole field. We now get to trigger the Arbalest. They will get to trigger their Goki Pull, though. Adding the Kamakiri Man, or they can summon it, but we can summon our Arbalest. So, they do have a soul in the graveyard. Yep, I think this is like this is the time to go for a wonky. It'll chain a Paleo. They have a bunch of Paleos, so... Go for the Magic Colloidal Soul as well. I mean, we don't plan on going to the battle phase. But I do have something else, though. We do have the Malevolent Sins. That is something we can also go for. Ooh, so tough, so tough. I think we do go for it. We can get a draw with the Gaia mode as well. They get to set a Lost Wind, though. That's also really good. Yeah, we'll Malevolent Sins away the... we have a bunch of woes in the graveyard, so we'll just Sins away the soul. They already used the effect of it, so they can't summon another one. We will summon the Gaia More and equip it onto the Malevolent Sins. Go battle phase now. Draw. The Goki Pull, not what we want to see, honestly. We'll choose to gain levels and attack with this card, so... With the Small Scuffle, we can summon a Tearlament. And we can... Yeah, we can summon a Tearlament and get like a Negate online, maybe. I don't know how many Merleys I have in the deck. I do have one copy of Merley. Actually, we don't have any Merleys in the deck. So I don't even know if this Small Scuffle is live at the moment. Both Raikos are out. Both Souls are out. Yeah, this might be a dead. Might actually be a dead. A dead Small Scuffle, I'm not gonna lie. So they've already gone through the Triple Burst. They've already gone through double Mannequin Cat. I highly, highly doubt they have another one. We will summon this in defense. Let's see, does it prompt me with a small scuffle? It does not. We don't have any more small scuffle targets. That is unfortunate. Well, normal summon a praying mantis. Do they go for a wonky of their own? No shot, right? There's no way they go for a wonky. Okay, they don't. They are not a madman. So, I think they might go for... Yeah, they might go for damage here. So, do they have any small monsters in the graveyard? They do. They can banish the Pure Light or the Metal Foe Steelin here. I don't know how I would prevent that though. Yeah, I think this is game. I don't know how I would prevent them from just punching really hard over the Malevolent Sins. We also can't use Small Scuffle at this moment. Oh, they don't! Okay, that's interesting. They just go for a Naked Haggard with no effect. We'll choose to pop 2 back row. I really hope they pop the Small Scuffle. It's so useless in this moment. Hit the backup team. Hit the Gaia more. Okay. Interesting. Don't want me to get a draw here. Alright, so they're gonna Lost Wind over the Malevolent Sins, it seems like. So that is the Lost Wind baited out. Now they will have the Mystery of Woe plus... Yeah, plus the Selene Snapper play also, which is tough for us. We will set back our own Mystery of Woe as well, so we do have another, like, we can just remake this Malevolent Sins, by the way. Like, it's not... Just keep making the Malevolent Sins. I think they might banish the Gaia more. It is annoying for them. They don't have any more Howls. They've gone through a bunch of other stuff already. See what the top deck is. It is an Arbalest. That's fine, I guess. We don't want to go for the Arbalest anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna normal summon the Goki Pole. So let's go for our Haggard Lizardos. Let's see, do they have the third Torrential? How many Torrentials do they have in the graveyard? They have 2, so they do have a third Torrential somewhere in their deck. So there's a Mystery of Woe. I'll let them get their Dynamishes. Oh, they won't? Okay. They don't have another soul though, so don't have to deal with that. Low on time as well, so we do have to play a bit faster. I'll just summon the Sea Squatter. Destroy their Selene Snapper. Can we go for game here is my question. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the attack of this Mystery of Woe. Just to put in as much damage as possible. choosing not to chain anything here. Yeah, we just go to battle phase, deal as much damage as possible. And it is another Wisteria Flow. They might, yeah, they will chain a Paleo to it. That's completely fine. We do get to pick apart their board here, though, so I will, yeah, I will get rid of some stuff in their extra in the graveyard. Do not continue the attack. I won't use this yet. Go to main phase 2. We go for our Salen Snappa and the Wisteria Flow. Use its effect. Banish. Just banish a tier element. We don't care about these guys. Just to destroy this Wisteria Flow. So they don't have. Yeah, they can't set back their Wisteria Flows anymore. We'll banish. I'll just banish both of their Wisteria Flows. And now for the penultimate move of the game. We love him. And it's only fitting that this game is decided by the one and only Wonky Quartet. So here we go. Standby phase now. If they hit 2 monsters, they die. Or they're not dead, but like they're not actually dead, but they hit don't. Okay, so they do pass back the Wonky. Now we're in danger. Okay, there's a Merly. Send the Soul Scissors to the graveyard. They will trigger the Havness and the Sulliek. I will chain the Wisteria Flow here. I will banish the Steelin. And let's just banish this guy as well. So we don't have to worry about any fusion summoning shenanigans anymore. They only have 6 cards left in deck, by the way. This Wonky is gonna start eating up the decks. Link into the Haggard Lizardos. Ooh, they're gonna... Damn, they're gonna try to actually attack for the game. This might be it for me. Yep, there is the Selene Snapper. That's it. So the Wonky doesn't get to... Unfortunate. The last Howl is stuck under the Wonky. And that's game. Oh my god, what a game. What a game. So I could have banished their Selene Snapper as well with the... Yeah, I could have also banished their Selene Snapper. Unfortunate. They could have just gone for another big guy, like a Power Code Talker at that point. We just didn't see any Paleos. Like, my Paleos were just completely dried up the entire game. And that was just way too much of a disadvantage. The fact that the opponent had like 4 Paleos ready to go at any moment. So, but it's still a really good game. I really enjoyed that. This deck definitely is going to be a good meta contender. Right, let's Gonna show the deck. There it is. So it's pretty much the same insect pile from last format, but with more copies of Havness, one more copy of Soul, one more copy of Howl. And notably, I don't fusion summon in this deck, which I'm gonna be honest, I did not miss. I did not miss not being able to fusion summon. Like it didn't come up. And even you saw when Mia tried to fusion summon, one card is all it took to disrupt that play. So yeah, maybe this is the way to go forward. One problem I realized is towards the end of it when we ran out of targets for Small Scuffle. So that is an issue. Maybe bump up the Raikou, but I didn't really like. I think 2 Raikou is more than enough. There is like the deck does struggle with recycling its monsters. However, in my mind, I'm thinking like towards the end of the game, we're basically just playing with the insect cards, and the insect cards are more than enough to win. In that scenario, we just got unlucky, and it was a misplay on my part that I didn't see the line with Celine Snapper. Otherwise, like, we were still not in a bad position. And we also played through double Torrential, by the way, which the opponent is playing Torrential in a mill deck, and they found 2 copies of it. So it's not like we can't be too upset about that loss. It's like they just found the cards that they needed. It is what it is. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another daily tournament. I mean, I'm just gonna keep running this deck until it wins. This is so cool. Gaiamore, by the way, performed. Like, let's just be honest here. Gaiamore actually performed, so we have to give props. But might put the Charge Warrior back in. Also, I realized that might cut down the Mannequin Cat to 1 copy because we don't really set up our rank 2 engine as often in this deck to justify double Mannequin Cat anymore. So might cut down the Mannequin Cat. The Malevolent Sin, by the way, did come up. Like in the end game, it's like we can just keep pumping out this guy, and it's like a disruption. Plus, you know, it's like a constant extra deck threat. It's a big guy as well. So the Malevolent Sin definitely is sticking. I could also replace him with Black Ship as well. That is also an option. We'll have to see in the future though. Other things I could consider is playing like a Synchro 6 that is recyclable. We'll have to see though, but for now I really like this deck. I don't think the deck had any holes in it that I could like think that okay, I should change these cards. Yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. That is the end of the stream. Adios.